until the moment I say happily ever after.
No to má určitě mačka na těch 4 kompech. A Stanley je zase zpátky. Ježiši Kriste.
What could it mean? Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Já jdu dolů, přesně. Mně to je úplně jedno, já jdu rovnou dolů.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange, this can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Wait, what?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
Pane Bože, mě z toho drbne.
That this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
A budu se na začátku celého toho... Ne? Ne, pořád jsem tady. Pořád jsem na tom stejném místě.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
To je úplně šílený.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Jaká Maria?
Woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Dobrý, já jsem myslel, že
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
budeme hrát za nějakou jinou ženu.
Important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Takže ta ženská zavolala tu záchranku nebo ne? Jste viděla Stanleyho na zemi, který zešílel a ženská viděla a odešla. A já už jsem zase tady na začátku, pane bože, dobře, určitě vím, že nechci už dolů. Kolik to bylo? 4, 2... Ne, 2, 8, 4, 5?
Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Pane bože, to jsou... to je takový trolling. Prostě oni mě nechtějí poslat co nejrychlejš dál, ne. Prostě to je nezdravý. Takhle spěchat na příběh, že nenechají ani vypravěči vyprávět. Takže tady je relaxační hudba. Finally. Já to jdu totálně tady ovládat, ti říkám. Jen to teďka nastavím správně. Takže jedna modrá. Tut. A dám třeba, já nevím, jedničku. To prčic. Moje teorie je pryč. Jak inkorekt? 4 žlutý, to bych mohl dát. To předpokládám, že jsou tady 4 počítače a tam dám jenom žlutý, ne? What the? Víš co, já to jdu vypnout. Já jdu prostě zmáčknout tamhle tlačítko, jo? Jdu prostě vypnout tamhleto. Ono to nejde vypnout. Ono to nejde vypnout.
How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10, 100, 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again.
Ne! Ne!
And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. From the moment we fade in until the moment
no!
happily ever up.
Jak to udělat? Kašlu na ně, já odejdu. Já jdu pryč. Okay? Já jdu pryč. Odejdu.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Procházíme fakt nějakým narrativem pořád? To není jako, že se to pořád neopakuje, to je fakt nějaký narrativ? Zkouším, co to udělat, když půjdu znova doprava.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Tady taky něco je, tvoje... Ježíši Kriste, co dělám?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Co to je za hru?
Now, let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Chod, dobrý, tak jsem někam prošel, OK.
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
To je něco jako roguelike příběhová...
Wait,
moment,
what?
Co?
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Jdem do nejvíc pravých dveří. Jo, maybe. Moment. Aha, to je úplně jedno. Do jakých půjdu? On otevřel prostě všechny dveře. Jsem úplně ztracen. Jež vůbec nevím, kam jdu. Ani jak napodobím tuhle tu trasu. Já jsem se vrátil.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Dobře, teď se to vyresetovalo. Teď to nejsou žádný dveře.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Tu prčic. Nevím, nevypadá to, že bychom tady něco vynechali.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What the hell is this?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
To vypadá tady ve výstavbě.
But I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Pane bože, a dost už. Dobře, tak teďka máme úplně jasně daný, kudy mám jít.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
To jich mohl zvládnout, co?
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Co se s těma čárama děje najednou?
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Wow.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Tady je What? Ježiši, už jsem se tady.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Já začínám být zoufalý.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Jo, vlastní příběh.
Mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Nemám kam jít. Třeba tudy, jo? Tady to vypadá úplně skvěle, jo. To vypadá jako dobrý nápad.
This is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Ježiš, tady nic není.
Story to be. Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Yes. Já si tady představuju velký tlačítko, který konečně udělá... Ne, blbá čára! Ježiš, kde se tady vzala ta blbá čára?
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Dementiča. Ale dobrý, už jsme se jí zbavili zase. Už to zase náš příběh, pohoda.
A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Good.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Tak jdeme.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight
After
times?
a long time, Stanley dies.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
Teďka začíná rebelovat i ten vypravěč.
I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Narátor začíná rebelovat. To samé, co jsme dělali předtím my.
Timer stopped. Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
What the f... Dost! Již...
He entered the door on his left.
Já jdu odejít, já končím, já dám prostě, vylezu nahoru a dám leave, escape, jasný, nebo to vypnu, I don't know, cokoliv, prostě už si konec, já už si prostě jenom konec.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now, blah blah blah, dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons, oh, look, it's a new passage.
Boj, ani nenechaj smažnout ty tlačítka. Good, je aspoň že tak, usnadněte mě to, děkuji. My jsme teďka s vypravěčem v podstatě kamarádi, takže teďka by mě vlastně mohl i říct, jak mám udělat ten konec, ne? Takže bych neměl utéct. Ne, odcházím, mizím. Escape! Jdu pryč!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
No a co? To říká vypravěč.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Нет.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Tyhle, to fakt vypadá, že tady Stanley zemře. Mám to udělat? Mám tam skočit? Unik z reality je vlastně smrt, to je jasná věc. Tak se zase můžu vrátit. Já tam skočím! Let's go. Hop. Whee! To on to přežil. Pohoda. Vidíš to?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Já se skrčím.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Já jsem byl osvobozen. Yes. Stanley to zvládl.
It would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ne, už znovu ne.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Jsem prostě v muzeu té jedné vlastní hry. Yes, řekněte mi pořadí tady těch věcí, nebo co? Co mi neřeknou nic? To jsou dokonce i kredity, to je jako konec? To je prostě fakt muzeum celé té hry. Já jsem v muzeu té hry. Já jsem tak zmatený z té hry. Já nevím, jestli jsem na konci, nebo někde na začátku, nebo kam se mám potom vydat příště. Takže já teďka si spoiluju celou hru, protože tady vidím konce té hry dokonce. Je to možný? Yes, konečně konec. Exit. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Let's do this.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Ah!
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Já to zdávám. Pro dnešek já to zdávám. Já nevím. Nevím, jak to mám dohrát. Uvidíme se prostě v příštím partu, dámy a pánové. Jo, jestli chcete pokračování, hoďte prosím like, uvidíme se tam a... Čus!